Joining us tonight at 6, I'm Mike Thompson.
And I'm Martha Koloski. In just a few weeks, voters in La Crosse County will be asked in a non-binding referendum whether to enact a premier resort area tax.
The funds generated from that tax are designed to go towards road repairs in the county. News 8's Eric Jacobson traveled to one Wisconsin community that has already enacted that tax. He joins us now with more.
Mike and Martha, Wisconsin Dells was one of the first communities in the state to enact the tax back in the late 1990s. Officials there explain how the tax is used and why they are concerned counties such as La Crosse are looking into the tax.
It's the tourist destination of the Midwest.
With $2 billion generated by tourists annually, the size of Wisconsin Dells swells during the summer months.
You're dealing with pretty much a community of around about 6,000 people. But we have an influx of between 5 to 6 million that come here every single year.
That's why Wisconsin Dells and neighboring city Lake Delton enacted the premier resort area tax back in the late 90s. It's now a 1.25% tax on anything from hotels, restaurants, and entertainment.
The city of the Dells generates about $2 million a year with the tax.
La Crosse County estimates they would generate $6.6 million in revenue, enacting a similar tax at 0.5% to be used exclusively for road repairs.
It's a rare new tool that we have as a county to try to generate new revenue for crumbling infrastructure on our roads and bridges.
But in order to enact the tax, 40% of the equalized assessed value of property in the designated area must be tourism related. La Crosse County sits at 5.1%. far below the threshold, and would require approval from the state legislator and Governor Scott Walker, something Wisconsin Dells' Mayor Ryan Landers, whose city's percentage is at 80%, doesn't think is fair.
I also think that they're infringing upon something of what the intent of that tax is meant to be.
But he also adds that state leadership, in particular Walker, isn't doing enough for road repairs and forcing places like La Crosse County to look at other options.
He's now putting the burden upon local governments to raise their own taxes, which I think is really going to cause more harm than good.
Really, this is a conversation that is happening all over the state. We're out of options.
Now again, if the referendum were to pass here in La Crosse County on April 4th, it would require approval of the state legislature and Governor Walker. It must then pass a supermajority of the county board before going back to area voters in a binding referendum.
Thanks a lot, Eric. In total, 6 communities, including Wisconsin Dells and Lake Delton, have enacted the tax in Wisconsin.